Hello everybody, I hope they are good. I know that today it's Sunday, but I promise you that I was going to post an Altcoin Market update over the weekend, so here it is, okay? I want to talk about Bitcoin, but quite briefly, because only in a few hours I'm going to post the usual Sunday update that I've been posting every Sunday for the last year and a half. So stay tuned for the Sunday update, but I want to give you a quick hint of what I think of Bitcoin, at least in the mid-term, okay? So far, what I see here is that we've been in a range for a month. You even had here deviation above the range highs. Now, price has broken out of that range to the downside, and price action is looking quite bearish. Why? Well, basically because you have that breakout to the downside, and you are below the daily 50. I mean, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 daily candle closes below the 50 MA in the daily time frame, which is quite bearish. Now let's see how today's daily candle closes. Okay, it's looking like it might close above it, but we still have many hours left. Okay, we literally have 8 hours still to go, or 7 hours, so anything can happen. But that's something of concern. Also, we've had 3 weeks to the upside, testing the range lows as resistance, which is also not good. So this could signal that Bitcoin next direction should be to the downside, possibly towards this potential support. Okay, and remember that I'm gonna go support by support. So far what I can see is that if we fall from here, the next support or the next potential support should be 28,300. Why? Well, because we've had here this resistance that was tested twice before, and now it could be tested as support if we come here. Okay, so that's the first target to the downside. Now if you fall from here, or you don't do a deviation and you continue falling, okay, then the next target is going to be 25,800 as the range lows of this previous range. Okay, so that's what I think. Now I wanted to mention that Bitcoin looks like it wants to continue going down, for the simple reason that if you go into the Bitcoin dominance, all right, this is a chart that has a very high correlation with Bitcoin. Pretty much what it has been doing for the last months, years, it's been to follow Bitcoin. Okay, so here you can even see since November Bitcoin has done a ×2. The Bitcoin dominance is also going up quite aggressively. Okay, now the thing is, we've been in this range for, I think it was 2 years. Yeah, for 2 years. And here, in this place here, we were talking in this channel about the idea of a breakout to the upside, because the price action here doesn't look the same as before. You can see here, you got wicks and quick rejections. Okay, check this out. And in this zone, price stabilized at resistance. Okay, so that could tell you that, okay, this time is looking a bit different. We might see a breakout. We had a breakout during this time. Altcoins, many altcoins at least made new lows. That's the truth. And that's something that I made a video talking about, this possibility of altcoins making new lows. They made new lows. Now, what is going on with the Bitcoin dominance? Bitcoin dominance has been falling, same as Bitcoin has been now dropping, but also Bitcoin dominance has been dropping harder than Bitcoin. And that has left room for altcoins to continue going higher. Okay, and try to retrace a bit of those imbalances that happen in this move higher. Okay, now what I think is that as Bitcoin seems like it wants to go down, the most normal thing for the Bitcoin dominance is to also continue going down and hopefully test the range highs as support. Okay, so this previous resistance zone, it might be the new support. If that's the case, now imagine for a second that the Bitcoin dominance comes here, tests a support, consolidates here in support, and Bitcoins continue falling, okay, while the Bitcoin dominance is holding here. That's gonna be really bad news for altcoins. Okay, that's gonna be really bad for altcoins, and you're gonna see again new lows. So that's the scenario that I'm keeping in mind. I wanna see Bitcoin dropping from here, but again, it's not because I'm bearish on crypto or on Bitcoin in the long term. Not at all. I'm in fact very bullish in Bitcoin and altcoins in the long term. So I want to get ready for the next bull market. So if this happened, okay, that if Bitcoin goes down and your alts go down, essentially that's not a bad thing if you are prepared, okay, because that means that you're gonna be able to buy cheap again. All right, so this is one of the things I'm keeping in mind, to see Bitcoin dropping maybe 28, 25, 22, who knows, and the Bitcoin dominance holding this previous resistance as support, and that would mean that the rest of the altcoin market is going to continue dumping, and many altcoins are going to revisit the lows that they made last month, okay, and even make new lows. So that's what I think that could happen to altcoins essentially. Now, if you go into the total 3, this is a chart that puts together all the altcoin market, okay, because it removes Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this is what we have, okay. In my opinion, we have here some kind of a range. I'm not gonna lie to you. To me, this is some kind of a range here. Okay, let me remove the 50 MA. By the way, the 50 MA in the weekly time frame acted as resistance here. Why not? Could we see testing a resistance again? Okay, and making a new low, because essentially these are all the time new lows. Okay, it's all the time lower highs. Okay, it's all the time lower highs. So I think that we are in this type of a range, and the only thing that I don't like about this chart is these inefficiencies, these imbalances here, this blue box. I think there is a chance that maybe not everything, maybe not all of it, but at least partially gets filled, okay? And that could mean maybe that you are in a range here, you might see another drop, okay? This might be a deviation, and then price could continue going higher the next year, okay? So that's a possibility. Now, the only thing that could invalidate this idea, and that's something that I'm open to, is this is indeed a W formation here, okay? Gets back above the 50 MA in the weekly time frame, tested a support, and that could tell me, okay, this idea is invalidated and we're gonna go higher, because yes, we also of course have some inefficiencies up here. Check out this large red candle, okay? So that's my invalidation, but I think that something like this, okay, it's more likely. I think that something like that is more likely to happen over the next months. So that's the reason why at the moment I'm a bit bearish in altcoins, and I'm not sure that what we've seen last month was the bottom of the altcoin market. Also, if you go to the total 3 versus Bitcoin, all right, you're gonna notice something here. Let me remove this. All right, there you go. This is basically the altcoin market versus Bitcoin, and what it's telling you is that since November 2022, the altcoin market versus Bitcoin has been dropping 50%, and the only reason why the altcoin market didn't go to the floor is because Bitcoin did it times 2. Okay, so what happens now if Bitcoin drops and also the total 3 versus Bitcoin continues losing value? That's also gonna be really bad for altcoins, okay? So I've marked here a couple of support levels, the orange lines, okay? Well, I'm gonna change into white so you can see them better. So these white lines are potential supports, potential buy zones for altcoins. We saw here that this zone acted as support, then resistance. So I think that it will eventually come to these levels. I want to see a reaction here, okay? If we don't see a reaction here, then it's going to continue dropping, and this is going to be really, really, really bad for altcoins, okay? Now, do I expect the altcoin market to come all the way down here? I cannot tell you. I don't have a crystal ball. I cannot tell you, but we must be prepared. What I think is that it's very likely that it comes to this level over here, okay? I think that that's very likely, and then here we'll see how it looks, okay? If we see a deviation, tested a support like it happened here, okay, or here, although here actually didn't test a support. Let me check. It did, but then it fell quickly, okay. But if we see testing a support like in this example and bouncing, then you know that's your confirmation that we're gonna see a bounce, maybe again to these highs, okay. But so far what I see is the altcoin market looking quite bearish and that it can continue dropping lower. Also, more inefficiencies again on the way down, okay? So based on this, what I mentioned about Bitcoin, possibility of retracing lower, the Bitcoin dominance holding that previous resistance as support, the total 3 and that imbalance below it, below the range. This chart, dollar 3 versus Bitcoin, is still being able to test this support zone. Okay, based on this, I believe in the narrative that the altcoin market is not out of the woods yet, and I don't believe that the bottom is confirmed, at least in the altcoin market, and we could still see lower prices. Now, if you don't believe on this and you disagree with me, that's absolutely fine, okay? You can start buying now or when you want, and then if that happens, you can DCA. That's also fine, but me, as a trader, I still believe that this market is more for a trader than for an investor, at least just yet, okay? If my invalidation gets triggered, of course I'll change my mind, but until that happens, I still gonna focus more on trades, and if we see a drop lower, that's when I'm looking to become an investor, or when I see confirmation after one of my invalidations get triggered, okay? That's what I want to say. Now, we're gonna go through different altcoins. I posted a tweet yesterday and I was telling you that I was gonna make a video about the altcoin market, tell me your altcoins, and I had something crazy like 350 answers, so thank you very much. This is why this video is gonna be a bit longer than usual. I'm going to analyze, I think it's 12 altcoins, the 12 altcoins that you mentioned the most. They're gonna be Solana, Chainlink, OP, Matic, Avax, Polkadot, Rose, Near, Gala, Doge, FET, and Vulcan Forge. Let's start with Solana. Now, Solana, I think that during these next months, if I'm gonna tell you what I'm going to do, because I still believe in the narrative that altcoins are not going to do this from here. Okay, I don't believe they're gonna do this from here. I think that we're still in accumulation zone and we might still do something like this, okay? And then, yep, we can see the breakout, bull run, and everybody getting rich, okay? Of course. But based on this narrative that I believe, now I'm not asking you to agree with me, but based on this, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go and research some projects, get the fundamentals, look for new tokens, of course, charting. I want to chart a lot of altcoins in higher time frame, like in this video. What I believe in Solana, first of all, I believe that Solana is a good project that it's gonna not only survive but also thrive. Okay, and I think, for example, it can easily. I'm not gonna talk about what can happen if we break at the highest that is 260. Okay, but I think, for example, this level over here, that's around 135-ish. I think that would be a very easy target for Solana in the next bull market. Very easy. And of course, I'm not dismissing the idea of new highs, okay? But we're gonna have this zone for reference. And as an investor, I think that we are in this range here. Okay? Check out this range. So, in my opinion, this was support. This was support. Again, support. Then we break that support down. Resistance, resistance, all right, and here you have resistance and support. Okay, so in my opinion, we are in this range over here. Now, if what I believe here is that we've seen a deviation, right? Also, we've had this week, and I believe that this week has been filled, at least 50% of it, so no imbalance at the highs. Now, if we print here a lower high, okay, that would be something like this, and test this zone as resistance again, then I'm going to consider the idea of opening a swing short over here, maybe to this level over here. That would be the mid-range to 19.50-ish, and a stop loss above the range highs, okay? So maybe around here in this zone, just in case. That's a trade that I'm considering for Solana, but what I'm mostly looking more into is buying opportunities. So in my opinion, I think that I'm going to become a buyer all the time at these range lows. Okay, so that's around 14.50. If we come again, if we form this lower high and we come again to this zone, this is in my opinion a good zone to buy, 14.50. And if we actually come lower, you have here this liquidity pool as another potential DCA place, and of course this week at the lows. Now this week, I'm not sure if it's gonna get filled. 95% of wicks or so get filled. Now, could this be part of that 5% of wicks? Why not? Because check this out, okay? You had here another wick, this one over here, and the 50% of the wick got filled exactly, and then we saw a bounce. And if you notice, that didn't quite happen there, okay? It got maybe to like the 40%, so could that be enough? Maybe, okay? That's what I'm telling you. Don't set all your bids at the 50% of this week, because I'm not sure at all if you want to come here. The same as this liquidity pool. So I think that a good first place to DCA would be at the range lows around 14.50. That would be almost a times 10 from here, okay? To the range, well, sorry, from the range lows to this level over here, okay? That's a times 9, all right? So that's a basic charting that I've done in Solana, something that I believe it could happen, okay? Lower high here, this could even be a W formation, okay? Lower high into this resistance again, and drop again to the mid-range, and if you break through the mid-range, then you have the range lows again, and that could be a good buying zone, okay? But essentially what I'm looking for projects like Solana is some more consolidation, okay? I want to see more consolidation here for a few more months, maybe even until, literally, I'm not even joking, why not, start of 2024, okay? I know that some of you would go crazy, this is gonna have deviations here, okay, or even this way, but essentially I'm looking for more consolidation at the bottom, okay? That's what I want to see before the next leg up, at least to this target, and why not new highs in the as every new bull market, okay? So that's Solana. Now let's go into the next coin. Now the next coin is gonna be Chainlink, one of my favorite coins, okay? I think it moves very nicely, and I can already see this consolidation that I'm talking about. This consolidation, we've been in accumulation for a year, okay? This is what I like to see in bear market bottoms, okay? That's what I like to see. Also, we've been talking quite loudly about this potential deviation here to 480. I don't know if you remember the previous videos that we posted, but that was based on the idea that there was a liquidity pool here at the left in the chart. There was this one. Check out this large green candle, okay? And if we mark it, there you go, 4.7360, all right? And it's perfectly marking the bottom of, well, at least the temporary bottom of Link. So that's one of the evidences that I can show you that the liquidity pools work very nicely. They retrace that imbalance to the dollar, and now it's bouncing back inside the range. Usually, when you see a deviation here, at one end of the range, you'll see a breakout at the other end. Again, with the narrative of Bitcoin, I don't know what's going to happen to Chainlink, okay? I think that we are still going to be inside this range for quite some more time before we break out, okay? But yeah, if any of you caught that buy zone here, perfect. I'm telling you, I don't think you could have got a better entry than 480, okay? 480 was absolutely perfect. Also, remember that we were mentioning that this had confluence with these levels over here. Check out this week, so there could be a potential support, and it played out quite nicely. Now, if we see a drop in Chainlink, I'm still gonna become a buyer at the range lows. If we come again to this level also, and if we drop even lower, why not to even $3? I'm also buying here, okay? I like Chainlink. It's making partnerships with a lot of projects, so I think it's fundamentally a good project that I like, okay? And again, if you will, for example, imagine a 480 or a 5, I don't care, the highest is 50, okay? If we revisit the highest, that by the way, there is a liquidity pool over here, right at the top, the market for you. This one, oh sorry, where is my rectangle here? This one over here. Then that's essentially a times 10 over there, okay? That's a times 10 there. You don't have to look for new micro caps, small altcoins. You can just go for altcoins that you believe in, that you think are good projects. And if you buy at the absolute bottom, or do you mean at least that you are not buying every single dip, that you are not buying this dip, that you are not buying this dip, that you are not buying this dip, okay, all the time, or this dip. If you accumulate at the range lows instead of buying these dips, because if not, then your average entry price, it might be still around here, okay? And you might still be negative, all right? So if you accumulate at the range lows, then, you know, only visiting again the highs, that's a times 10, which is quite doable for any project, all right? So that's my chart for Chainlink. Now, OP, let's go to OP. I haven't done enough research of this project. I don't know if the fundamentals, I don't know if it's a good project or not, but many of you mentioned it, so I'm gonna have a look at it. So far, what I can see here is this trend line, okay, and several weeks. You have this week over here, this week over here. So it seems quite difficult for me also. If we check OP and we look for weeks, the weeks that it has created, okay, like for example, this one over here, this one over here. Let's look for more. This one over here. There are not many wicks to be honest, but the ones that they've created, they've been filled, okay? They've been filled. Even this one, even the 50% should be around here. So it got filled also, okay? So they've been filled. It moves quite nice, this coin, to be honest. I've never traded this coin, but it moves very nicely, okay? So that's obviously a coin that I'm gonna have in my radar from now on. I'm gonna, of course, search the fundamentals to see if it's a good project that I can buy for the long term. But what the chart is telling me is that there are a couple of weeks here at the lows that I think are gonna get filled, if I'm honest with you, all right? And also, I think that we're inside this range, to be honest with you, all right? Check out this range here. It reminds me of the range with Bitcoin. Again, you go here another week you're getting here, weeks to the upside, price not continuing breaking to the upside, large green candles and wicks to the upside, and then you see aggressive rejections. Okay, this is exactly the same as we've had on Bitcoin. Okay, even a deviation, the same price action as Bitcoin that we've had very recently. So what I believe is that OP is set to maybe fill this week here and then drop again to the range lows and fill this other week. Okay, so if you are a trader, I'm gonna look into this kind of setup. Okay, let me mark it for you. Something like this. All right, this is the kind of setup that I'm gonna look with OP. Okay, entry at the 50% of this week, for example, a stop above the range highs, and then you can put take profit, sorry, at the 50% of this week and at the 100% of this week. Okay, so that's what I'm looking in OP as a trader. And as an investor, let me remove this, then I'll have to go again to the daily time frame. I think that what we could see here is consolidation. Okay, go back and test this trend line, and let's see what does from here. Okay, if it starts to break down, then targets are the 50% of this week, that's 114, and also this one over here, that's around 0.98. Okay, that's what I'm looking for in OP. Now usually, let me tell you, when we see a trend line, you see price coming to the trend line, coming to the trend line again, could continue coming to the trend line, but there is a zone that it's this zone over here. Let me mark it for you. Okay, and is that if price can have, let me mark it for you better, if price can do something like this, okay, hang on, that's not good, something like this, and have another push up from here. Okay, you have here the range lows and the trend line, have another push higher, maybe you could even do a deviation above 1.80-ish and then break below the trend line and start to fill these wicks, okay? So those wicks are what I will be looking to buy OP for the future, for the longer term at least. But again, I will have to do some research, okay? I think as a trader, this coin is looking great, to be honest. I'm actually genuinely gonna have a look, okay, at the setup that I marked earlier in the 4 hours time frame. I'm gonna keep an eye on that setup to see how it develops. But that looks like a good, it's around 10% trade, okay, if that happens. So yeah, that's what I think of OP. Next coin, Matic. Okay, let's go to Matic. All right. So with Matic, this coin is quite dramatic. Cringe. But anyway, with Matic, we had two potential support zones, okay? One of them was this liquidity pool that we've been marking from when we were even above $1. And if you notice, with that drop the past month, we came all the way to this liquidity pool, we retraced it fully, even a deviation below it, and then price went up, okay? So what I want to tell you is that don't look for projects and buy every single dip, because if you buy every dip of Matic, then you would have bought here, you could have bought here, you could have bought here at 82 or 85 cents, you would have bought here, okay? And at the end, let's say that your average entry or your average entry would have been around here, okay? Which you still wouldn't even get there to break even. All right, so what you are, again, trying to find are liquidity pools, like for example, this one that we have here, and here, yes, you can buy a bag, okay? Because then you know that if we come here, it's like we see a bounce, you could even sell now and take some profits, or if you want to leave it for the longer run, that's fine. Set a stop loss, a break even, and another bit lower. Done, okay? That's what I would do if I want to buy Matic. And the next zone, if it continues going lower, is this liquidity pool over here, below, well, around 0.25, okay, around 25 cents. I know that would be a quite brutal drop, but to be honest here, there will be also some support in this zone here between 40 cents and 30 cents, okay? So again, it could fall there, that could hold and never touch this liquidity pool, but as the ultimate buy zone, it should be around 25 cents. I don't see Matic going lower than that, okay? But again, I think I see Matic going to 40, 30 cents. I think that's quite likely. And revisiting this liquidity pool, why not? I mean, again, you have here a trend line that creates liquidity. You keep touching the trend line, then you have a spike up, breakthrough, okay, consolidate, have another leg down. So in my opinion, it's not looking good for Matic. I'm not saying that I'm buying Matic for the long run, because I haven't done enough research on this project. Although many of you mentioned it, so I'll have a look at it. But I'm looking more as a trader here with Matic, okay? Again, next project, Avax. So let's get there. Okay, look, I've already charted previously. Probably, I believe the same. Let's have a look. It's not looking bad at all, okay? It made here a new low last month, but to be honest, it's not looking bad. Again, this is another range, okay? It's looking exactly the same as the total 3. Check this out. This is your range, okay? That's your range. And I see accumulating here. It looks like a good chart for a bear market bottom, to be honest, because it's accumulating here. Although, again, I think that with the narrative that I've been telling you about, the altcoins could continue going lower. I'm gonna be looking for a deviation here. That would be a nice buying zone around $9.50. And if we drop below this level, then you're gonna go for the next support, that is $7, okay? But if I'm betting in the narrative that I've told you about, the altcoins could continue going lower, I'm not buying until we reach this level over here, 950, okay? If you buy at the range lows, 10.50. I mean, it's $1 difference, that's fine, although it's a 10% difference. But again, that's quite safe in case you don't see this deviation. But I believe that the altcoin market hasn't bottomed out yet. We might see another leg down or new lows even if we've made a new low. But if you notice here, it's making lower lows. And if you check any altcoin versus the Bitcoin pair, okay, you're gonna notice that it keeps going down, okay? This is not looking like accumulation zone. It keeps making new lows all the time, okay? New lows, new lows, new lows. And the only reason why the chart with the dollar pair is holding is because Bitcoin has done at times 2 since November. Otherwise, Avax and many other projects would already be at $7. Alright, now imagine what would happen if Bitcoin drops at the same time as Avax versus the Bitcoin continues dropping. And also Bitcoin is dropping, okay? That would mean that Avax in the dollar pair would make new lows. And it would go to $9.50 and $7, okay? So those are my 2 buying zones for Avax if what I'm talking about actually happens. Next coin, Polkadot. Let's check Polkadot. Again, it's looking exactly the same as a total 3, which is good, okay? I like the coins that follow the total 3. Now, I see again my invalidation here, very clear. W formation, break above the 50 MA, test it as support, and then I'm buying this confirmation, okay? I wouldn't be buying a 5, I would be buying a 7, but, you know, I'm buying a confirmation at least. That would still give me some profits, okay? But eventually, until that gets proven, until proven otherwise, I still think that Polkadot could continue going lower because I think that this, it's literally a new low, okay? If you check that, that's a new low, all right? Again, it might have been a sweep of the lows, and then you see that the reformation playing out, but also you can see here lower highs all the time, okay? So I think that why not? Tell me why Polkadot couldn't drop to this potential support over here, okay? And that's between 3.83 and 3.60. That's my buy zone for Polkadot, okay? Next one, Rose. I've done some research on this project. I like this project. I can tell you that in advance, okay? This project is good. It has utility. I like it, but again, it's making lower highs. Here, here, here. Now I have another bounce. I'm expecting the 50 MA to test as resistance again, okay? Another lower high, another drop, all right? Do you see what I mean? So let me see what I have marked here. Daily time frame. Okay, I guess this was a support level. It's acting as support there. Fine. Let me remove that. A liquidity pool that I marked. Partially filled. The 50% of it has been filled. That's good. So I think that with Rose, the chart is not looking that clear to be honest as the other one. So let me try to mark a range. I think something like this will be my range, okay? I still think that it could come maybe to this zone over here, okay? This zone over here is the zone that I could buy Rose. Could it go lower? Let me check. This is what I do when I go into a chart, okay? No, I like this zone. I think that maybe not make new lows, but why not revisiting these ones from December 2022, okay? And that would be around 3 cents and a half ish. All right, I like this zone here. Yep, that's what I think of Rose. And I want to see how much potential it got. Weekly time frame. Okay, wow, it reached actually 60 cents. So that would be a times 20. All right, so buying here, that's a times 15. All right, yep, and also I see here some liquidity pools, okay, at the highs. Wow, right at the high there is a liquidity pool. I like when I see that because these liquidity pools, they give me a lot of confluence. The price should revisit these highs again, okay. I still have to do some more research about this because I know that Binance holds a massive bag of rows. I'm usually, I don't like when one company or one person holds a big bag of the same token, but I think Binance holds, if I remember correctly, a huge load of rows, which that's something that could put me off a bit. Okay, I would have to check the cons and pros of that, but I think it's, as a project, the fundamentals, I like them. Okay, I would become a buyer in this zone over here, so that would be around 0.037, and then why not carry all the way for a times 10, times 13, times 15. Why not? I think it's a good project. Okay, that's what I think of rows. Let's check near now. Okay, near, what have I marked here? Okay, I guess that I've marked this potential range. Then we have this resistance here. So let's go into daily time frame, and of course this liquidity pool low. Okay, so okay, let me check. Oh, here it's looking better. This huge accumulation zone is very, very wide. Okay, because this accumulation zone is literally 128%. Okay, I'll tell you, I don't see much of an accumulation going on here at the moment yet. I think that what I would like to see with NIR is to see more consolidation here. That's what I would like to see, okay? But as a buyer, then again, thinking that the altcoin market could again make new lows, this one over here should be quite interesting zone, okay? I don't think the NIR would go below $1, if I'm honest with you. Because I think that this is one of the coins that investors are gonna place their bids below $1. They're gonna wait, oh, if it goes below $1, then I'm buying loads. So I think that based on that, I don't think NIR is gonna go to $1, okay? I think it's gonna stay above it. I mean below $1. I think it's gonna stay above $1. Maybe $1.05 and $0.10. Something like that, okay? I would become a buyer there, but I would like to see some more consolidation. Maybe here, okay? Then test this zone here, buy there, and maybe then you can start to see some kind of rally. But yeah, I think it needs more consolidation, this token. But the chart, to me, looks good as long as I see liquidity pools at the highs, okay? Like, for example, this one at $10. So if I buy then at 1.05 and I sell at 11, that's another times 10. And I'm not even betting at the highest, okay? Because at the highest is at $20. So that will be at times 20, all right, with NIR. So that's what I see with NIR. I don't think it's going to fall below $1. And I want to see some more consolidation. And a buy zone would be here between 1.05 and 1.10. Next coin. Which ones you told me? I have here a notebook, sorry. The notebook that died, that I dropped in a previous video. It's quite useful. Gala. Let's check Gala. Okay. Again, I have to do some more research about this project. But so far, it's a lot of wow, this drop, what happened here? This drop is crazy. So it went from 0.80 to 0.015. Wow, that's brutal. That's really brutal. And in the daily time frame, I don't like this pump. Very aggressive. Then consolidate, cannot break above with those wicks. So you see price recovering these imbalances. I'm not really a fan of this chart at the moment, okay? I still think that has it retraced this liquidity pool? Yep, absolutely to the dollar. Wow. All right, that was cool. So this liquidity pool here, this whole pump has been retraced, which is good. But I think that now this week here should get retraced next. All right, that would be the 50% around 0.019 below 2 cents. Okay, I think Gala then is gonna go there. If I'm honest with you, that's a level that I think Gala is going. And again, I would like to see some more consolidation with Gala. All right, I would like to see something like this a bit more. But yeah, I think that if I buy below 2 cents, there are plenty of liquidity pools here, to be honest. You got one here, one here, one here, one at the highs. So let's say that you buy at 2 cents and you sell, for example, at, I don't know, even here, around 30 cents. That's a times 16. Wow. Okay, this is a project that I'm gonna do some research. It looks good. It looks like a good bull market coin. I think it's a gaming coin, if I'm correct, okay? But what I would like to see is some more consolidation, fill this week in the daily time frame, okay? So that's a level that I would buy. But again, I want to see some more consolidation, okay? Give me some kind of a range here or something, okay? I want to see some more consolidation here, please. And then fill this week, and I'm ready for the bull market with this coin, okay? That's what I think of Gala. I need more research. Next one, Doge. Doge, I think it's quite an interesting coin. I'm gonna tell you why. I think we all know that it's useless, it's pointless, it's a meme coin, it has no utility, but it's the coin of Elon Musk. So let's see what he pretends to do with Twitter, now called X. I think that his idea is to create some kind of like a WeChat. I don't know if you guys know what WeChat is in China. I think that's his idea, because he mentioned that he wants X to have at least half of the global financial system. So that would allow transactions. Could it be with Dogecoin? That would be amazing, because we know that Elon Musk likes crypto, he likes Doge. So that's literally the only thing that I like about Doge. The only thing that I like about Doge is that Elon Musk likes the project, and he would put money into this. So that could favor the idea that it's gonna go high, okay? Now, if I look at the chart, what I see here is a quite important support level over here, okay? That's this orange line, that's support, actual support here. And what I don't like is that the weekly 50 MA, that's this purple line, is acting as resistance and is rejecting price to come lower. So why not? Could we see something like this, okay? Some tightening before expansion. What do you guys think? That's what I would be looking into Dogecoin, because this would also be a lot of consolidation. This would give me a consolidation range, to be honest. Check this out. This here would be your range lows. Your range highs could be there, for example. Let me remove this, okay? And this would give you, I mean, it looks like an accumulation. To me, it looks like accumulation phase, to be honest, all right? Now, I would like to see one spike low again into this zone. So that's exactly right below 5 cents, okay? Which is a big drop from here. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a 35% drop from here. So right below 5 cents, I think that if this zone holds, or even make a deviation here, okay, so that will be below around 4.5, 0.045 I mean, and then get back, bull market, send this higher. Why not? Okay, that's what I think about Dogecoin. Will I buy Dogecoin? I don't know. I haven't asked that question to myself yet. I would have to see how the chart looks, but I tell you, I don't dismiss the idea of buying some Doge. Why not? Okay, but I would like to buy around below 5 cents, or even in this deviation here. Okay, something like that. I would like to buy. but definitely not yet, not at 8 cents. Maybe I'll regret in the future, but that's what I see for Doge. Definitely interesting coin. Next coin, we only have 2 more to go. We have FET. Let's get there. Right, again, this is another altcoin that I have to do some more research. I see many people talking about it. I think it's with artificial intelligence, if I'm correct. Yeah, AI, artificial intelligence, which is quite interesting because you guys know how the artificial intelligence is doing now. Is the new thing, okay? So let me think. So far, what I see here is this trend line that is being respected so far, and I see this potential support zone. You can see how it was a resistance for basically, wow, 6 months, okay, and it never got tested as support. So why not? Could we see FET coming lower, test this resistance as support at the same time as it tested this trend line, okay, around here, if the timing is correct. So that's around 10 cents. And then from here, you have the bull market, okay? And of course, I would expect this coin to make new highs, of course, maybe even $3, $4, $5, okay? So why not? I have to do some more research about this coin to see if it's doing any partnership or was there business projections, what they are trying to accomplish. But yeah, if it gets to this zone and it holds a support, I'm definitely buying here. But again, that's a very heavy drop of almost 50%. And with artificial intelligence so strong at the moment, I don't know if it's gonna get there, although to be honest, it's been dropping already. Let me check. It's already dropped at 70% since February. So why not another, 50% from there? If it gets here to 0.11, 0.10, I'm buying here. I'm buying here for sure. Although I have to do some more research, but the chart, I will buy it. The chart looks great, to be honest. That's what I think for this project, okay? 0.11, 0.10. Next one. I think this one is Vulcan Forge. Let me check. Yeah, Vulcan Forge. Let's go to this chart of KuCoin. Okay, this coin is clearly in an accumulation phase. Now, I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, I have to do some more research. I think it's a gaming token, right? I think it's for gaming. I haven't seen the game yet. I don't know how it looks, if it looks good, how many users it has, if it's been listed in any platform like Epic Games or Steam or any of these platforms. So I have to do some more research about Vulcan Forge, okay? But yeah, just looking at the chart, maybe I'll do in the future a video after I've done all this research over the next month. Maybe make a video talking about the altcoins that I'm gonna buy for the next bull market. Maybe like a list of 10 or 5 or 10 altcoins that I will buy for the next bull run, okay? That could be a good video. But so far, just by looking at the chart and without doing much research, I think that this is an accumulation phase. Again, I would like to see something similar to Chainlink, and that would mean a deviation below the range lows. So that would be around maybe 2.50, 2.30, okay? And then from there, it can go high, okay? Something like this. So I'm not gonna buy in this range, I think. Let's see how the next months go. But I would definitely expect to buy somewhere like a deviation here, and of course only in a spot, okay? Everything that I've talked is in a spot, except the potential short. I think it was in OP. I think that was the only trade that I was talking about. The rest are only spot opportunities. So yep, around 2.30, give me a deviation, get back inside the range, test it as support if possible. If not, get back inside the range. Here I will buy into, okay? That would take me, if I'm buying around 2.50, it takes me, check this out, okay? You got a liquidity pool here, and you got one here, a small one, but you got one here, the highs, okay? So that could give you another times 10 in the bull market. All right. A times 10 is, of course, in case you don't know, say that you put 1K, so you would get at the end of the bull room 10K. All right, that's a times 10. You would do a times 10 of your original entry. Okay. So yeah, that's basically what I think of those altcoins. I think that there were more altcoins that you mentioned for sure, but I've gone for the ones that you mentioned the most. Now, if you want a second part of this video, I'm gonna see if you guys liked it, if you think that it was useful, and if so, I'll make a second part of this video with different altcoins. You have to remember that I might be wrong here. If we go to total 3, okay, this is again the chart that puts all the altcoins together, even the exceptions, okay, they're here. If I'm wrong, then we'll see here a double information, give me a leg higher, break above the weekly 50 MA, test it as support, and then I'll tell you here, yep, I was wrong. And then we're gonna go high, okay? And that's your bull market. That's what I think, okay? But I'm still believing in the idea that this chart is making lower highs all the time. You can check this, okay? And I also have an efficiency here, and that the Bitcoin dominance should drop because Bitcoin is dropping, but Bitcoin could drop more. The Bitcoin dominance has here potential support that it could hold, and that would mean that basically the altcoins would bleed, would get wrecked, okay? And I'm not talking to you about 20% getting wrecked. I'm talking to you about getting wrecked by 40, 30, some coins 50%, okay? That's still possible, even if Bitcoin doesn't make new lows, which I think that it's possible that the bottom of Bitcoin is in, okay? I'm not asking for a new Bitcoin bottom at all, but I think that the altcoin market might not have bottom out yet, okay? So based on this theory, these are my buy zones. Now, don't get offended if you already have some coins, okay, and you watch this video and you feel angry or sad because I'm telling you that they might still go lower. Take it as an opportunity because now you might be prepared after watching this video. You might DCA lower, all right? So yeah, be open-minded. Everything in crypto is possible. This is my beliefs. I think that it's likely the total 3 comes to this imbalance around 230, 240 billion market cap, and that would bring the altcoin market down with it. All right, you might see new lows, better buying opportunities, and again, if you bought here, that's fine. You can buy again here cheaper, okay? And then your average is gonna be lower. So for the next bull run, you know, you have to wait less to be in profit, okay? Or if it goes as it goes high, they're gonna be in more profit because your average entry is here or here and not here, right? So your profit here is gonna be higher. So that's pretty much everything, guys. I hope that you liked the video, and I'll see you soon.